According to a survey conducted in 2009 by the Ministry of Gender, only 39% of those employed in the country's civil service are women, 72% of whom serve as lower cadre officers. The same exists in parties in political representations, with women holding only 10% of the parliamentary seats in the 10th Parliament.
Young women form 47% of the total population aged between 18 and 35 registered as voters through the IEBC. And despite this significant number, studies into the political trends in Kenya have often leaned towards women or youth in general, without particular focus of young women as a block of political significance and importance. This has led to acute unawareness on the situation of young women in the political arena, unless when we are talking about vijana na warembo na Kibaki, or when there's a movement about young women when it comes to an election year.
With the creation of 47 seats for women representation in the counties, the Youth Agenda commissioned a survey to find out the number of young women aged between 18 and 35 years in political parties, whose results turned out quite impressive.
Field data from 15 of the 20 party surveys indicates that young women form 35.8% of the total women membership and 43% of the total youth membership in these parties. More than 10 of these political parties have numbers of female youth at more than 40% of the total female population, and this needs to be replicated to other political parties.
However, their level of participation in the political parties remains wanting.
A quick assessment shows that the number are merely cosmetic, as party politics remain male-dominated even within the youth leagues. So the question that we are asking ourselves, even with the statistics that we got from the survey, where 40% of them are female population, do we ever see them in political parties playing any role?
Some of the challenges that were identified towards this end include intimidation, tokenism, male chauvinism, patriarchal culture within some societies, minimal resources, stigma, violence, inadequate mentorship, hostility from older women, and the disconnect where young women are outsiders to the women's movements, out of which recommendations such as recruitment were made.
The registrar should also verify the legitimacy of the data submitted to her office by political parties, especially regarding membership. And that we also say, relating to also what is happening today, where one of the slightly older young woman, and that is Honorable Cecily Mbarire, had to leave her party because of some issues at the grassroots level in terms of the election. So we don't know, and we're not so sure that out of the many young women that the figures have provided out there, that actually they are already members of political parties. Stakeholders such as youth serving organization, parliamentary association, women organization, development partners should establish comprehensive approaches towards mainstreaming young women into all national and devolved political frameworks.
Young women were also urged to join political parties and play active roles to ensure that the marginalization they have faced over the decades is completely wiped out in order to foster youth leadership in the country. Nancy Njoki, GBS News.